Hi, welcome to Versus, where we watch 2 TV shows so you don't have to. Today we have... Versus!
Exceedraft, yeah, I have no idea how to say this one.
A man turns up at a port, he drives off some sort of luxury cruiser on a motorbike.
Yep.
Meets this young schoolgirl.
Yeah.
She gives him a flower. That's going to pay off later.
Yeah, you knew that was going to pop up again.
It's called a Kame or something.
Yeah.
It's like, bye, whatever you call it. I can't remember. They got Hayata or something.
They got very close very quick.
Yes.
They were like, what's your name, blah, blah. And when he was like, oh, that's your name, is it? I was like, that teacher should not be shouting out that kid's name.
That kid should be so far away from me.
No, yeah, that was bad.
Fallen in the fucking thing.
Yeah.
Cut to an office getting tidied up by an old man carrying like a rocket chair.
Yeah.
Cuts to a woman running into the room and machine gunning loads of people.
Yeah.
Which you think for a second is the same place, but that's a lab miles away.
This whole thing made me almost spit out my tea about 50 times. There were so many sudden cuts. So many times it was really calm and it was like, what's your name? I'm Akume. And then it was like, nah!
So they've stolen a magic box, Mark.
Apparently it's some sort of magic barrier, which basically... does it give them like vision powers? Like when I say vision powers, does it mean that they can sort of like not be hurt or like they can phase through things?
It was invented to go up with it into a satellite.
Okay.
Also, the team have a satellite like Thunderbird 5 that's just floating around the Earth with a telescope that can see everything.
I feel really sorry for that woman.
Yeah,
because she just has to stare at a screen the entire time.
As an old man slowly falls asleep in a rocking chair. So it was like a barrier to stop asteroids and stuff hitting a satellite.
Oh, okay,
but if you take it into any vehicle, it automatically configures just to protect that vehicle.
Just that, yeah.
So they drive. Well, first they get in their car. I think drive around, machine gun loads of people. There's a police just dying every 2 seconds. Basically, draft yellow and draft green. Is
that what they're called? Draft yellow and draft. It's draft blue. That one.
Draft blue, and then it's draft red. But he's the guy on the bike.
Why
we don't know
draft?
that yet. I don't Exceedraft. I don't know.
Oh, Exceedraft.
But I don't know what that means. I know what, like if you drafted or something.
Like the or
is it because
maybe
when they wear the suits, they run really fast. Got those little wind things on the
draft is not the right word to use when you're talking about a slight. Yeah. He moved like a draft under a door.
Then they stole the school bus.
Right, yeah.
Which is the school bus from the start.
Yeah. And then she fully just murders that teacher.
She shoots the teacher in the arm.
No, is it the arm? Because she literally opens fire with an Uzi. Like, I don't know how much control you can have.
She survives till the end.
I don't know how she survives till the end.
Because let's dive.
Yeah.
But no, she machine gunned like 10 scientists who had no weapons. Then all the police, she's just like that. And all the police cars just exploding.
She was like kind of like mental, but you kind of found her a bit hot.
I was singing Zen You're on top the whole time.
Yeah, she was a bit Zen You're on top. Yeah.
Coffee cups.
Yeah, if she was having like...
So then they steal the school bus and the girl, Akame, is just like, help me.
Yeah.
And that's when the team all actually meet.
I thought it was really weird that like 7 minutes 20 into the entire thing, we then just like got the title cards or whatever. It just sort of...
wait. Hold on. I have to find this now because I wrote it down. Is that what it was called? The kindergarten bus of death.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought
the kindergarten bus of death.
I never say kindergarten, so that must have been the title.
Yeah, no. So it's the kindergarten bus of death, and that sounds like a Lone Wolf and Cub title. Baby cart on the way to Hades or whatever.
Yeah.
There was a scene when the main guy, Redder, is it Redder? Draft Redder.
Well, they suit up then. That's the point when the bus gets stolen.
But when he was running and then he did that weird pedo thing.
So the drafting of the...
the drafting of the thing, that was incredibly odd.
Basically
everyone... Because they did it with like some women and you were like, oh yeah, okay, that's the thing.
And a dog that
and then
flew
they did
about 10 feet. The dog's just like on a rope.
But the weirdest part was the child.
Yeah, it was a bit odd.
That was a bit like, I feel a bit dirty.
Yeah, the dog was fine, but everything else... So they get to this bus that's now basically indestructible, and the only scientific way of stopping this killer bus is to drive it off a cliff. Yeah. Because somehow it will be so protected that even the velocity of it falling full of kids, they will not be affected by the fall whatsoever.
I don't understand that in any way, to be honest.
But then, the second it hits the ground, they know for a fact this box will then explode after 1 minute.
Yeah.
I don't know how any of this is calculated.
He's just woken up as well. So he's been in his
he's
chair. He's just woken up and he's just there like, this is what you need to do. I know this sort of shit. Turns out he was bang on. Yeah. But like you say though, the barrier when that was created, when they fell into the lake, and then they all had to shoot through the barrier so they could get in, so they could actually get the people out of there.
The bus starts sinking. Even though there's a lot of shots.
No, the bus doesn't start sinking because the barrier's
above it.
Holding it up. But the barrier works in a different way.
He pushes the bus full of kids off the cliff.
Yeah.
Because they're like, we have to go towards the quarry. And he's just pushing.
He's
just electrocuted the whole time by the barrier. Yeah. And he's set on fire. They'll be fine. Just for it's like being in an elevator that's falling. Like, you're going to die.
Yeah.
There's no seatbelts to be had. And that woman's like bleeding heavily.
A woman who I'm so
and the
surprised
guy's throwing
is still
grenades
alive.
or whatever. The crazy bobble hat man. Sorry. Then the bus starts sinking.
Yeah, the bus starts sinking. And he's got to get everyone out. So he gets all the kids out.
It's the certain shots of the bus is just
the bus
a bus
is really
in a puddle.
Not that much.
And it's actually fine, and it cuts into door shots. And there's just like obviously someone with a hose pipe just slightly.
That was really good.
Help! Yeah. The bad guys need the help of Exceedraft. It suddenly flips.
Which I quite liked.
Helpers.
Yeah, she obviously learned her ways of literally callously just murdering people with an Uzi.
10 people.
And then, but she got her foot stuck in the stupidest way.
It's just the bad girl, and the teacher, the last two left in the
I didn't know if you saw how her foot got stuck.
Oh, it was like round a post.
Yeah,
it was just
it was real bad.
Like a chair leg, just like, oh, I'm trapped.
And also, a father and the brother couldn't work it out. They were like,
were they related?
To get her out.
The father
yeah. So the whole family.
Oh, nice criminal family.
Yeah, nice criminal family.
But I like just how the fact that the bus was in about that much water, and then Red Draft or whatever is just there going, we can never get out. It was like all the windows have been smashed. Now everyone else is left. Gladly, he's like, let's just dive. He says a woman under each arm just goes like into the floor of the bus. Where's it going?
Yeah, just exposed, and then they pop up. Well, they see the little flower.
and their
little flower floats up.
Fucking dry. Everyone gets out of the water.
I didn't even
he's like
that.
This in his robot suit, bone dry. The girl's not even damp hair, and then there's this little flower just floating in circles, which ties it back.
Onto Jiban.
Robocop.
Yes.
Robocop, Mark. I'm going to get this off my chest now. So he looks like Robocop. He moves like Robocop. He steps out of there's a bit where he steps out the door of his police car. So in Robocop, when you first actually see him on the beat, the door opens and it's like...
Yeah.
So
he stands like Robocop.
Yeah, and then he's got the holster in his leg. Yeah. Where he's like... But I'm not saying that's bad, but it was very shots. A lot of them were like, we like that shot from Robocop, let's do this.
Yeah, he felt a lot like Robocop.
What was that whole intro with the girl...
Oh yeah, that was
doing the colouring book with a flower. Was that not have a flower as well? She handed a flower.
I was going to wait until the end to talk about this bit, but was he a person the whole time? Because really at the end he was sort of like he came back and I was like, and they did the whole like Ultraman like, oh, I'm sure he knows or whatever.
Why are you in this quarry as well?
Yeah,
how did you get here?
But then it's sort of like, but then they didn't explain him as a person in any way, shape, or form before, aside from maybe the title credits when he's handing that kid a flower and they're doing the whole like he loves humanity, and it was really weird. But then like since then, I didn't make the correlation between Jiban and that man.
I'm trying to remember what the guy's name is, but.
I didn't even think he was anybody. I thought it was just like, oh, this guy created this thing for humanity. Also, I really did like the sort of title card sort of explaining everything.
I'm now trying to remember what this one is also called. This one has also got some sort of My Lovely Girl Boss. There you go.
Right.
Sorry, that's what it's called.
Right, so she's the boss.
Well, does he
the boss?
Does he live under his house? You go in the basement of a house.
Yeah. Well, no. It was really weird because they sort of went.
She came home from school.
She came home from school. She came back into the room. Her father was mowing the lawn or doing some sort of garden work. Her mum was doing something else, right? But when she came into the thing, the exterior shot said underneath it, pediatric hospital. Yeah. So it's like
the way it was
kids'
cut,
hospital.
It looked like it was just.
So it looked like she was going into a kids' hospital, but then when the back was actually her house, and then when she went downstairs, it was actually a lab. Layers.
I actually really loved how there wasn't that much dialogue in most of this. That opening bit was this guy is robbing a floppy disk, and obviously he looks like someone who works there, but he isn't. He's just shooting people left and right with like some sort of science PPK scenario. Jiban turns up. Not Jiban, sorry. Yeah, Jiban.
Yeah, Jiban. Yeah,
so confused.
Yeah,
Jiban. Robocop turns up in his kit car or whatever, with a tiny little helicopter blade on top.
Cool car. Yeah. Weird helicopter blade.
Yeah.
It made me think of those children with the helicopter.
What was it doing? Yeah. He turns up.
Hopefully it'll come off later on, and we're just sort of obviously he will
or he's
fly.
got like a little drone, or maybe he'll fly. Yeah. And then he's basically chasing after this what looks like a Japanese businessman. Essentially, He has a few goons who try and kill Jiban with a bulldozer. And then the old man...
Yeah, they knock him into a few cardboard boxes with that bulldozer. Don't put any pressure down, and then throw a grenade on him.
Yeah, then the old man runs behind some stuff, and it cuts to Jiban vision, which is like this really weird... Well, it's like kind of night vision's... Terminator vision, actually. And the old man's running behind some stuff, and it's just got him running like this on the spot, but they're moving him along like... It was obviously some sort of green screen thing, but they could only have like a foot of green screen. And he's just like with his suitcase with the floppy... I don't know what was on the floppy disk, it was something important.
No, see, this one, because of the lack of dialogue or anything, I really didn't get the plot of what was actually happening in it.
The old man turns into something, that's when you...
So the old man turns into...
A chameleonoid.
Chameleonoid, yeah. So he turns into a chameleonoid. Also, sorry, quickly... Jiban keeps talking about the fact that he's like a mobile cop.
Yeah.
Right? But aren't all cops mobile?
I guess so.
Yeah. So it's like, what? Is there any cops that are like attached to the desk or like attached to a certain part in the world?
Yeah, but like all Gundam suits mobile.
Like, like mobiles. Oh, so that's probably what.
I don't know. I'm assuming that. I was thinking about Gundam. Also, I liked how he had his little book of rules in a pocket in his front. Surely that's just in his database.
Yeah,
like,
that's definitely.
That's a Microsoft Word.
Maybe people are like, I don't believe you. I'm gonna have to see this in some documentation. And he's like, fine, I've got it here. No, so he was. So his 3 things were all pretty like. They started off quite good, and it was like, right, I can arrest people without a warrant.
Yeah.
And it was like, right, fair enough. You don't have prejudice if you think something's going wrong.
Yeah,
you can do that.
You got caught.
And the next one was like, I can then also enact your sentence. He went a bit Judge Dredd. Yeah, he went a bit Judge Dredd, and he was like, right, yeah, and also I can also kill you.
I can imagine him just snapping that little book at one point.
Yeah,
going, there's no book
there's
anymore.
No rules. But really, there wasn't any rules anyway. The book was just really just telling everyone there was no rules. It was basically license to kill.
Well, hold on, the twins come down. The kind of Matrix, the guys from the Matrix, those twins.
What were the twins called again? They were called something really weird.
Marsha or something.
Yeah. They were called something.
Marsha and Karsha. Yeah, that's it. So they work. Everyone basically works for Dr. Giba, who's this not Japanese-speaking guy. But he looks like some American businessman.
He is like
who's
American
just sat in a chair, just going like blah 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 blah, all out of sync. And then it goes
Jiban.
At the end.
Can we just quickly talk about the fact that Dr. Giba must have created Furbies?
Yes,
because I was going to say,
when he shows the room, it's like, let's not forget our monsters.
And they're all really small monsters, and they all didn't look very threatening in any way, shape, or form. But obviously, they did make them bigger later on.
That weird head, like a grass old man, going like a spider.
Yeah, that was what attacked them in the end.
Yeah, huge. But at the start,
that was definitely a Furby. That looked so similar to a Furby. It was creepy.
The best guy was his chameleon guy.
Yeah,
2 girls. The rest didn't seem to.
But I didn't really understand this chameleon guy's powers, because obviously you think chameleon, you like he can shapeshift.
Yeah.
But then actually he also can just generate stilts.
The fucking flying.
Which were just mental.
Those stuff.
I don't even know how they even filmed this, because like at first I was thought, all right, now he's going to step forward, and he just never stepped. So it's like they attached things to his legs, put him on the floor, and then had him on a wire.
Yeah, he was
really
definitely
weird.
on wires. But basically, Jiban has got this because Jiban, I think, is also when he's a human, he's like a cop of some kind. And his partner was that girl who suddenly.
Get this in anyway.
It was It was like, where's Jiban? Whoever the normal Jiban, whatever his normal name is, like, where is he? He's never around when stuff's happening.
Yeah.
And then she gets kidnapped. This woman.
See, I didn't get any.
And then she gets taken away somewhere to another quarry of some kind.
Yoko.
And then Jiban turns up, and it's also some kids.
Yeah.
And Chameleon Guy's got these big tentacles.
You're forgetting also the crab battle.
Yeah, the crab
battle.
The crab battle. Yeah, crab battle.
The crab battle that just came at him, and then he just threw it off, and then just were like, fuck you.
With his Maximilian gun.
Yeah, Maximilian gun.
Goes,
spinning it around each time.
Yeah. He wouldn't even move.
Got it.
Trying to get away. And
it was just an upside down dead crab anyway.
Like snow crab. It's like,
poor crab.
Take apart. But it turns into like a proper Cthulhu-esque, like crazy monsters, like tentacles coming out of the ground.
I think that was the head on the spider head.
But it just suddenly turns this weird monster feature, which
why
really
did they even send the crab in? That was just a crab.
Crabs.
That was just a crab. So that was nothing to do with the bad guy.
The crabs wasn't on any side. It was just a hungry crab family, and he just killed them. Jiban goes to the quarry to save the girl at the end. Is because a virus has been sent out for all of Tokyo.
Yeah.
And every computer will be destroyed.
Yeah.
But the virus comes from the plant tree.
Yes.
It's at the end.
Yeah, it's an organic computer virus.
Yeah, it's just all the computers will explode.
Don't understand how that works in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. So Japan kills everybody. Jiban, and then has a fight with Chameleon.
Yeah.
And then does the...
Well, he sort of like... It feels like he kind of gets away, and then he has another fight.
Does he have on the front of his car? Yeah. It's a quarry. He has to be in a quarry where they can do explosions out of
yes.
It's always that.
Good point.
And then he suddenly has it's Maximilian, a bit like a samurai sword, and does the old run across.
That was cool.
Slide. That was cool.
And I also like the constant stock footage use of the whole like...
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just going to go back to the first thing.
Zoom in on my foot there if you can, Joe.
I don't think our feet are even shot.
Damn.
I really like going back to Excelsior, the first thing.
Exceedraft.
When there's a bit when the bus goes off the cliff, where there's a whole bus and a man falling into the water.
Why is the man there?
Because he's in the red suit.
Oh, right.
Red drafted. But there's a bit where they've dropped a bus and there's no ropes or anything.
Oh, wow.
It's really good. Here's a
shot. Is it actually a man?
It's 100% a man. Because I know there's some bits where it's a little model.
Right.
It's a man. But I was like, fucking, that's a great shot, that.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought
he could have died.
I actually thought, going back to Jiban, I actually thought Jiban had really good shots. Like they used a lot more cinematography. Yeah, it was a lot more like really sleek, cool, like zooms in and like zooms out, and then like sort of like I don't know, like looking at half Jiban's face with something else going on in the background. There was a lot of that going on, whereas I felt like Exceedraft did not have that. Even though it came later.
I really liked the design of Jiban, even though it was like kind of like almost standing in a way, but it was just funny little shots where he'd be thinking about something and his eyes would come on or like stuff, and it's like...
I really like that, yeah.
It was so basic. I was like, oh, actually, it really makes... Instead of just being constantly on, like it was like he was actually a thing. But obviously at the end, he's just a man, potentially, and he's in the quarry. It's like, oh, hi, partner, where have you been?
See, that ruined it for me.
Yeah.
I kind of like the way that
Jiban was there.
He doesn't need to have, like...
A secret identity
or a different
Jiban
world.
was there,
yeah.
and then the man was suddenly there. No one else looked away.
Yeah.
And they're like, what are you doing here? Jiban was just here.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah, I think this is the thing that's done throughout all of these shows, but... I don't know. I just don't know why they need to give him a little identity. I actually don't know who you're going to pick on this one. I am actually going to pick.
Wait! Before you watch the credits for Jiban.
No.
Where Jiban is running with the young girl and the boat, and he's dressed in a suit and she's in a wedding dress.
No.
And also they have ice cream together, and at the end they jump in the air.
There was some weird sort of Jiban sort of like acted like
a robot child, like a man child.
Well, like I more thought like a dad that's really desperate to not lose his child.
Yeah,
like
maybe.
A dad
Maybe that's what's
sort
going
of like
on.
He's going through divorce proceedings, and then you need they need the kid's statement on where she wants to spend time, and he's just really just like, let's get ice cream, come on, let's go and do this.
They jump in the air,
and he's like really freakishly smiley. We said that about the other guy as well.
They're both very similar.
No, Kajistar was the
Kikaida, yeah.
Yeah, he was quite similar to Kikaida in the way that like he wasn't very human, and obviously he was a robot, but he was just weird.
He had more personality as a robot. I'd rather the girl that just built the robot. She's super genius. She's invented this robot.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah,
that would have been better. Yeah, and she's the boss.
Yeah, she's the boss. Yeah,
and that's
the episode. Yeah, get me some ice cream. You've got to pretend to be my dad, Jiban. Yeah. If it was like a skin suit that he was wearing, like over the RoboCop outfit. Yeah, like Terminator. And she was like, right, get your skin suit on. It's parents' evening. I need you to pretend to be my dad.
Break the teacher's leg.
Yeah, no, pretend to be my dad or something.
Yeah. But then obviously the teacher's gonna be bad grades. Like,
yeah. I'm actually gonna say and this is because it really excited me, and the drafts excited me. No, but it did excite me, and the whole time I was like, fucking hell, and it felt like I was being like knocked to the side, like because every 5 seconds I was like, right, we're calm scene. Hi, nice to meet you, Akume, and then shooting, or like a crash car scene. It just threw me, and I loved it, and it was like a ride. Exedraft.
Even the old man at the end, who's still in his rocking chair,
and
she's like, "You saved everybody," and he's like, "I know."
Yeah,
he's just it's like, not even open his eyes.
It's all like, cool. Jiban, why do you have to be a human, Jiban? I feel like I would have enjoyed
man or whatever.
Kikaida.
He didn't need to be.
It was.
Was Kikaida the guy with the guitar?
Yeah.
Yeah, who was invented by the dad for his daughter.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
Yeah, stop doing that. Yeah,
just be a robot.
Make him a robot. Make him like I suppose the whole thing is like you've got to be personable, and I suppose at the time they sort of want him to be personable.
R2-D2's more personable than either of them. I think it's because we watch Winspector.
Yes, Winspector is a lot like Winspector. Exeedraft is a lot like
kind of like. I knew it was going to happen. I was just like, oh, I get all this. Whereas Jiban was like, this is actually being quite different. And I thought it was just going to be a standard cop show, pretty much. Yeah. Just fighting, and there was suddenly like crazy fur pieces and stuff.
Like I say, like Jiban was really, really, really cool, and his concepts and everything were much better than me.
Yeah.
I don't dislike.
I'm pretty even, but I think I'd go for Jiban.
Okay, well, for this versus, the winner is no one.
Goodbye. No. Goodbye. This will just look like a tiny piss of water, like really.
No, it'll look exactly like the film, like the show.
Thanks for watching.
Bye. Thank you.
Let's get ice cream.
Let's get.